So today I'm going to show you one of the most amazing openings for white for the Blitz and Bullets game, and it's called the Danish Gambit, and it begins with the move e4 e5, and here you play d4, he takes, then you play c3, and here he can just take this pawn, and there's also d5. First if he goes d5, then you can just take this pawn, and after he takes, you take this pawn, knight c6, then you play knight f3, and after bishop g4, here you go for bishop e2. And here it seems like he can just take this knight because after you take, he can take the pawn. But then you can take the knight, then he will take the queen and you are winning. But what if here he just takes this pawn? Then you go for bishop to c4, developing your bishop. He takes this pawn as well, then you take with the bishop. Now he can go bishop b4 check, knight f6, and this also queen to g5. And he can also go for d5, counter striking in the center. If he goes knight f6, then you can just go e5, attacking the knight. So queen to e7 wins the pawn, but then you have queen e2. Now he could go back, but actually he can go for d5 as well, which also seems like a good move because he's hitting your bishop. But actually he will just take this knight, attacking the queen. Now he can't take the bishop. And if he takes the queen, then you will take with the bishop, and you are up a piece and winning. So knight f6 is not that great because of e5. Therefore, he might try bishop to b4 check. Then you just block with the knight here. If he goes d6, then you can just play knight f3. Bishop g4 is a common move here. Then you play bishop takes f7 check, king takes. Then there's knight to e5 check, forking the king and the bishop. And then you will grab the bishop and you are winning. And here you can also go for knight to c6. Then you just develop the knight f6. Then you castle here. He also castle. Then you go for knight d5, hitting the bishop and this knight. So you can simply take, but then you just take, attacking the knight. If knight to e7, then you just bring your queen, threatening checkmate in one. So knight f5, but then you will attack this knight and again put pressure here. Let's say goes d6, defending this knight. But then you have bishop d3, and now if this knight moves anywhere away, queen takes is checkmate. And if it tries to defend like this, then you eliminate the knight and then you deliver checkmate. Therefore here, knight e7 is not that great. How about knight f5, hitting the bishop? Then you move the bishop down. He goes rook e8, bringing his rook. Then you just move the bishop back. And here, if he goes d6, opening with the bishop, then you have queen to d4, hitting this bishop and threatening mate in one. So after he defends the checkmate, you can just take this bishop and you're winning. But what if here he plays queen to g5, attacking this pawn? Then you just develop the knight, giving him this pawn. He will take it, then you attack the queen. So queen got to move away. Then you just play this amazing bishop takes f7 check. He can't take, otherwise knight to g5 check. He wins the queen. So king d8. Then you play rook takes pawn. Now your threat is this. Discard attack on the queen to win the rook. So we gotta take the rook, but then you take. And after he plays anything, say knight e7, you take the rook. And this is an easy win for white here. But what if here he plays d5, counter striking in the center? This is the selector defense. Against this, you can just take this pawn. Here, if c6, then you can take this pawn. He can't take, otherwise the queen is gone. So king to e7. Then you check with the bishop, and then you take the queen, and you are winning. But what if here instead of c6, he just plays knight f6, hitting the bishop? Then you play knight c3, he takes, then you recapture, and after c6, attacking this knight. With the idea, if you move the knight back, he will trade the queens, and he would be winning. But you shock him with knight f6 check, and after he takes, you just take the queen. He takes, then you follow up with bishop takes f6 check, forking the king and this rook. And after king e8, you will grab the rook. You are up the exchange, and this is an easy win for white here. So if this video was helpful, then don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming videos.